Good afternoon, students and viewers at home. My name is Comrade Ebube Christopher, your civic teacher. Today, we are going to look at the topic Constituted Authority. But before we go into Constituted Authority, let's look at the objectives that makes up Constituted Authority. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to know the meaning of authority, meaning of Constituted Authority, forms of Constituted Authority, types of Constituted Authority, functions of Constituted Authority, respect for Constituted Authority, and importance of Constituted Authority. Authority means the official right of a person to control or direct the affairs of the others within the group. It is the legitimate power to compel others to obedience. It is the power or right to give order and enforce compliance. You can also say that authority is the power vested in a position. We differentiate it from ordinary power. Power is the ability to influence the behavior of another person or group. Authority is backup legally, acceptance or force. Authority is said to be constituted when it is conferred on somebody by law, constituted and customs. Now, let's look at constituted authority. This means the authority established, entrusted, and recognized to perform responsibilities or control the action of a group. Constituted authorities are those leaders whose authority is recognized, accepted, and respected by people. Constituted authority can be described as a person or a group of persons appointed or elected into position of authority or leadership. Constituted authority is the power which the constitution of each person has established to govern them. Now, my students, the difference between authority and constituted authority is that authority is those laws being laid down by individual which have not been confined to anybody, while constituted authority are those laws made by those individuals being confined on somebody to take possession of it. Now, let's look at the forms of constituted authority. 1. Line authority, staff authority, and theme authority. In line authority, say this is a form of authority which has a chain of hierarchical commands. It establishes superior-subordinate relationship. Authority runs in a direct chain of command from the top to the bottom. Example, from principal of a school to the head of department to the teachers, to school functionaries, then to students, which always do in St. Anthony's here. Number 2, staff authority. This authority given to people to advise, contribute opinions, but to make final decision. Theirs is to supervise, make recommendation, and receive mandate on what to do from what supervisors. Like example are we, the teachers, or the manager taking command from what the diocesan what, educational what, chairman. The last one is theme authority. This is an authority vested on a committee to replace and organize their own work and perform the same work with minimal work supervisor. Types of constituted authority. 1. Traditional authority, religious authority, legal/government authority, charismatic authority, technical authority, delegated authority, coercive authority, and positional word authority. We have to explain one here because of our time. Traditional authority. Traditional authority is those authority bestowed on the traditional rulers in our various communities, like the Igwe in council. They have the authority to cancel or amend some constitution based on the traditions. They can also stop the masquerade for a particular season because of one or two things. That is the authority bestowed on them. So all these authority, both religious, legal, charismatic, and other things, have important image they portray in our society and the country. Functions of constituted authority. 1. To provide direction. 2. Maintenance of law and order. 3. Enactment of policies. 4. Protection of group interests. And 5. Providing what? Discipline. We have respect for constituted authority. Respect for constituted authority or leadership simply means obedience to leadership Citizens are expected to obey their leader through obedience to the rules and regulations made by their leader. When people have no respect for authority, it implies doing things the authority dislike or regard as wrong. In other words, when individuals in the society have respect for constituted authority, they do not only cherish authority, but also obey and carry out its solution by the authority. We have importance of constituted authority. 1. Maintenance of peace and social harmony. Protection of lives and property. Administration of justice. Provision of social amenities for all-round development of society. Constituted authority preserve values, good achievement. These are the importance of constituted authority in our society and in the world, wide world. Now, my students, in all these we have talked about, it is very important for us to understand what we mean by what constituted what authority. These are the main part of our life, that authority is so essential in our lives. Without authority, things cannot be moving in an orderly way. Remember, in our last topic, we talked about orderliness, why things follow its natural course. And today, we are talking about what? Constituted authority and authority itself. The authority, as we said, is what has been laid down by we, the individual, coming together with the government and every other person. And this law has to be conferred on somebody who will take leadership of what the Constitution is talking about. Now, in summary, my students, authority is the power vested in a position which differentiates it from ordinary power. Power is the ability to influence the behavior of another person or group. Authority is backed up legally, acceptance or force. Authority is said to be constituted when it is conferred on somebody by law, constitution, and custom. Assignment. My students, you have to define authority according to the teachings of today. What is constituted authority? Mention the forms of constituted authority. List the types of constituted authority. Explain 5 functions of constituted authority. Explain respect for constituted authority. What are the importance of constituted authority? Submit your assignment to ssciagrono@gmail.com. Remember, stay safe, obey the rules of COVID-19, and also respect your parents, my dear students. I still remain Comrade Ebube Christopher, your civic teacher. Thank you.